at all sides of this. Well, Katrina Pearson is the national spokeswoman for the Donald Trump campaign, and the communications director for Ted Cruz, Alice Stewart, joins me now. And you're both women, and I'm a woman, so I'm glad that we're all together for this conversation. So, Katrina, let me start with you. As a woman, are you offended by what Donald Trump did?
No, Aaron. Actually, I'm one of those women that doesn't need validation from outside sources, and I will start with this. Simply because the entire discussion this whole day, and I've watched it unfold on all the outlets, has just completely ignored the fact that Melania Trump was attacked. Mr. Trump said from the very beginning that he was against super PACs and super PAC ads, and he was going to hold those campaigns accountable when a super PAC attacked on their behalf. It doesn't matter if Ted Cruz is directly connected to this super PAC because they were pushing him as a candidate. More importantly, he did not come out and denounce this act when it happened.
But
later, it was much later. Donald Trump came out and denounced the reporter that did a horrible cartoon image of Senator Ted Cruz's people. One of the first. This did not happen in the case of Melania Trump. The headlines today are making Heidi Cruz out to be the victim, completely ignoring the fact that Melania Trump was plastered all over this ad for Ted Cruz.
Alice, did Ted Cruz wait too long to denounce this?
He denounced it the very first moment it was brought to his attention. First and foremost, we had absolutely nothing to do with this PAC. It's actually an anti-Trump PAC that has actually said critical things about Ted in the past. The moment this was brought to Ted's attention, he said it was inappropriate. He did not condone it. He denounced it. And he said that spouses and family members of candidates are off limits and should not be talked about in the political discourse. And he has said very complimentary things about Melania Trump. She is a great mother. She is a supportive wife. She's a beautiful woman, exactly like Heidi Cruz is. And Ted would never say anything disparaging. And this right here, this sets up exactly what we're seeing here. One man who denigrates women, another man who defends them, one who has spent a lifetime insulting them, and one who inspires them. This is not the first time this has happened. Donald Trump, in this cycle alone, has said insulting and denigrating things about Megyn Kelly, about Carly Fiorina, and now Heidi Cruz. It's absolutely unacceptable. And Katrina,
look,
I'm surprised and shocked that you're not embarrassed. If you're not embarrassed by your boss's behavior, that says a lot.
You have a woman whose image was plastered in a political attack ad as if it was some vicious person, and nobody says anything until Donald Trump responds defending his own wife. And let's not be surprised here. The problem that Republicans have with women did not start in January 2015. This has been an ongoing issue, and Mr. Trump treats everyone the same. Just because you're a woman, he's not going to treat you with kid gloves, and I would expect most independent women would appreciate that. And in the states that have already voted, he has been winning.
Maybe women don't need men to stand up for them. Maybe hold on one second. Maybe women don't need men to stand up for them. Heidi Cruz herself stepped in, and actually, she doesn't need Ted Cruz to stand up for her and say, oh, I'm going to stand up for my own wife. She stood up for herself, as she should. And here's what she said to Donald Trump.
You know, as I said, you probably know by now that most of the things that Donald Trump says have no basis in reality. So we are not worried in the least. We're focusing on our campaign, and we are going to continue to do that.
Total class right there.
You know,
and
she did stand up for herself.
That he is an equal opportunity offender. The fact that he is an equal opportunity offender does not make his disgusting comments about women okay. And look, this is all a product of the fact Donald Trump is afraid to go head-to-head on the issues with Ted Cruz. He ducked out of the last debate. He's been hiding in Trump Tower for days, tweeting inappropriate comments. He is afraid to go head-to-head with Ted Cruz on important issues that people are concerned with. And let me tell you this. We have a town hall next week here on CNN. From Wisconsin, we invite Donald Trump to come on stage with Ted Cruz at 8 o'clock for 2 hours to debate the issues. We issue that challenge, and we encourage him to do so because people want to hear the candidates debate the issues and not trade barbs on Twitter.
Well, good.
And certainly don't want to see any more disparaging comments.
Because people have been hearing Donald Trump on the issues. He's been the most accessible candidate. He's held the most press conferences. He's had the most candidate rallies. And people know where Mr. Trump stands on the issue. And the fact that you want to say he's afraid is laughable. That might work with other campaigns, but not with the Trump campaign, considering that Donald Trump has been fighting 16 other candidates, hundreds of millions of dollars in attack ads, all of the elite thinkers, writers, donors, media outlets, everybody. Lobbyists, special interests, he has gone after everyone that has gone after him, and it's not going to change, especially when you start attacking his wife.
Well, he
All right,
needs
I'll
to
hit
leave
pause. I love
Heidi
having you
Cruz
both on, and I
other
love
women
having
alone.
you on together. I'll only leave our viewers with this one comment. Both candidates have a little bit of work to do with women. 74% of women in America with an unfavorable opinion of Donald Trump, 58% with an unfavorable opinion of Ted Cruz. We'll be right back from Brussels.